Hey everyone, welcome back. So, you're probably noticing that we're not in Stormwind anymore, we are actually in Oribos. That's because I thought about it and went, there's really no difference in doing that whole intro thing regardless of what your faction is. So, I just kind of pushed through it, just to get to this point where, after unlocking the Threads of Fate, I selected that, where now I can just go right away and start choosing my Covenant. So, if you haven't noticed, I am intending for this to be the playthrough where I try to do and showcase the campaign for being a part of the Venthyr, where we are going to be joining Prince Renethal in Revendreth. But before we do that, I thought I'd go ahead and take a moment to show you guys a couple of the different sets and abilities. The sets, they're leather, so this is not just going to be for demon hunters. This is going to be for any of the leather classes, whether it be rogue or druid. So this is the Kyrian one. It's okay. I'm not too, thrilled by it or anything. I do find it funny that it's only a few pieces, and some of the other pieces here for my set are not covered by that. I find that kind of funny. The Demon Hunter ability is Elysian Decree. You place a sigil at the target location that activates after 2 seconds, which detonates to deal arcane damage and shatter up to 3 fragments from enemies. Not really impressed by that.
Go in service.
The Night Fae one I just thought was kind of funny.
I'm sorry.
So, this is the set. I mean, I think this will look better on my Druid than on a Demon Hunter. The ability, though, I thought... This just made me laugh the first time I saw it. The Hunt. You guys know I used to play Heroes of the Storm. One of Illidan's ults was The Hunt. Where at level 20, it was a map-wide ability. Where if you had vision of an enemy hero, you could go straight to them. It was awesome. And when I found out that's what this was called, it just made me laugh. Like, they took this straight from Heroes of the Storm. Which is charge your targets, striking them for nature damage, rooting them in place, and inflicting damage over 6 seconds to up to 5 enemies in your path. The pursuit invigorates your soul, healing you for the damage you deal to your hunt target. I mean, that's just straight out of Heroes of the Storm. Just made me laugh the first time I heard about that. I was like, wow, that's amazing. The Necrolord one.
Maldraxxus honors you.
I just love how hilarious this leather set looks. Just the fact that there's just this limb just sticking out of your shoulder like, hey, hey. It's so out of place. It's hysterical. I love it. Plus also look at how the face looks and such. Oh, it's just really funny. The ability, this is interesting. Fodder to the Flame. You call forth and defeat a demon from the Theater of Pain to release an empowered demon soul, increasing your damage done by 30% and reducing all damage taken by 15% for 20 seconds. The demon will escape to the nether after 25 seconds. Throwglaive deals considerably more damage to the demon, and Fleshcraft treats it as a powerful enemy. I like that. That's a very kind of clever way. It goes back to what we saw some of the demon hunters in Legion do, which was they would go after certain demons of the Burning Legion to take their souls, so that way they could get their powers. That's actually something that we do in the Demon Hunter starting zone. I thought it was really clever of them to kind of come up with that. However, this Demon Hunter is going to be joining the Venthyr.
The master must be stopped.
And, oh my gosh, I love this set. That is an awesome looking set. Yeah. And I like the ability you get. Sinful Brand. Brand an enemy with the mark of the Venthyr, reducing their melee attack speed, their casting speed, and inflicting over 3,000 shadow damage over 8 seconds. Activating Metamorphosis applies Sinful Brand to all nearby enemies. That's really cool. Plus, of course, you get the extra ability to transport yourself, Door of Shadows. The Venthyr are aristocratic overseers of souls burdened with excessive pride and wickedness. They guide troubled souls upon the rigorous path to atonement, harvesting anima to keep their realms strong. We'll be able to get Thrill Seeker. While in combat, you gain a stack of Thrill Seeker every 2 seconds, or 4 stacks on killing an enemy. At 40 stacks, Thrill Seeker is consumed to grant you Euphoria, increasing your haste by 20% for 10 seconds. Thrill Seeker decays rapidly while you are not in combat. For a Demon Hunter, that's pretty nice, getting that 20% extra haste boost. Soothing Shade. Your spells and abilities have a chance to call Tubbins and Grubbins to your side for 12 seconds. Parasol in hand. Standing in the shadow area grants you Mastery. Service and Stone. Damage taken below 40% health is reduced by 10%. Upon death, you leave a stone husk behind which shatters after 3 seconds, inflicting 100% of your maximum health and damage split among nearby enemies, and healing for 100% of your maximum health split among nearby allies. That sounds really good for the tank spec. So I could see myself mainly... I don't really see myself using a Theotar. That doesn't really sound all that great to me. But I could see myself using Thrill Seeker for the DPS spec, and Service and Stone for the tank spec. And then, of course, we will get the Ember Court, help rebuild Prince Renathal's influence through the most venerated of Venthyr traditions, throwing amazing parties, make proper preparations, and recruit the right staff to impress each week's VIP guests. Like other people, we were wondering why we would be doing this. When you go through the story, it actually kind of makes sense, because it kind of goes down to some of the political aspects of Revendreth, where obviously with Sire Denathrius having so much of the political power in Revendreth, Renathal kind of needs to try and gain more political, power and influence amongst the rest of the court and the other nobles within Revendreth. So the more we help him get that, the more he'll be able to do to help us as well. So in that regard, it does make sense. Also, this is the mount, and I really want to get this mount. I really like this mount. And I believe you get it when you finish the Covenant campaign. So we, of course, as I said, are going to be joining the Venthyr. If you're curious about the other Covenants, if you want to see me do the Necrolord Covenant, head on over to my main playthrough with my Death Knight. I will be doing separate playthroughs with my Paladin joining the Kyrians, and the Night Fae with my Druid. In the meantime, let us join the Venthyr. I like that little thing there.
Trust in the purpose.
All is expected. Trust always in the Arbiter's wisdom.
Your path is chosen.
And right away, it just gives me the abilities. I'll, put these over here for now. Let me put this one down here. There is much to do within the Shadowlands. Many areas are suffering from the anima drought. The choice of who to help first is yours. Where will you go?
Blessed be her voice.
Well, of course I'm going to go to the zone that I'm going to be doing stuff in. The Covenant, Revendreth.
Mortal.
Prince Renathal has started a daring rebellion against his father, the nefarious Sire Denathrius, who betrayed us all by pouring Revendreth's vast anima stores into the maw. You must travel to Revendreth and aid Renathal in his efforts. He is our best hope at restoring Revendreth to order. Path Scribe Ro Avonavi in the Ring of Transference above can provide transport.
I will consider your words.
Apparently, in order to continue the story, or the campaign here, we actually have to go do Bolstering Bastion. But I was hoping to just go ahead and straight up do the intro stuff for the campaign. For the Venthyr. Maybe I'm wrong.
Greetings, mortal.
I hope not. To the Sanctuary of the Mad. lot of big exclamation points to really help you kind of get an idea of where certain things are. Certain quests. Certain world quests that can give you some XP boosts. Of course, being able to double jump and glide is going to help out get to certain places. Especially when we don't have flying unlocked. I believe we have to get up there in order to get to a mirror. If it doesn't let me enter the sanctum, I'm going to be a little irritated. Because I believe you're supposed to be able to do that. Ah, you can even see this little icon right here. Yep. Now, I knew the mirror was here because, you know, there's someone I know who is going through Venthyr, and I saw her go through the whole portion of, you know, she chose Venthyr as her main character. So I saw her go through the whole opening portion. So I was kind of hoping to do the same thing. So it looks like some of the things are already in place here.
Hello, Walker.
And to what do I owe the pleasure of a mortal visiting Revendreth at such an inappropriate time? Denathrius must be stopped at all costs. However, we have no hope of taking him out while his forces still control much of Revendreth. If you are here to aid us, then there is no shortage of work to be done. Disposing of my father's many allies being chief among that work of course, but any aid you can provide will be of use. There is too much at stake for all of the Shadowlands if we fall. If we fail, I will see to it that you are handsomely rewarded for your efforts.
There is a simplicity in inevitability.
Okay, so we basically have to do the whole, you know, go help out each of the zones and such.
Can you even afford my goods?
So it looks like I'll have to do some off-camera stuff before we can actually continue that story. But before then, let me go ahead and show you guys some of the stuff here that we can earn. One of the cosmetic back upgrades there. It's a toy, returns you to the Silver Covenant Pavilion. One of the mounts you can get. That's a pet you can get. That's another back piece you can get right there. Just, like, you know, I could see my rogue wanting to get those, where it's just a bunch of daggers just sticking out of the back, where she can just quickly grab them. Just makes a lot of sense to me. And, of course, some of the pieces. Yeah. You can even get the red and yellow colors. Different kinds of weapons there. Look at that fist weapon. That glaive there. Ooh. And one of these has a mount. Yeah.
Nothing you crave?
One more time, yeah?
So, of course, transport network, ammo conductor, command table, and ember quiver.
Come back when you need
Now,
something.
hold on. Ah, you must be level 60. And have chosen a covenant to activate this feature. So you really can't do that much with your covenant
Next, you bring it to me.
until you go out and level to 60. So you don't even get access to like the soul binds and such. So you're basically just having to go around from zone to zone, you know, get a head start on collecting resources like anima and such. Here's an innkeeper where we can bind our hearthstone to be able to quickly come back here. So this is going to be like kind of the same basic type of thing where you can't really do any of the Covenant campaign stuff until you level. Does kind of make sense. There's supposed to be a table there, that's why some players are standing there. I haven't unlocked it on this character yet. The Sinstone of Revendreth. Here now we name the burdens of a soul that Revendreth shall forever be responsible for the exsanguination and education of. Let these names contextualize and manifest the burdens they identify. So then may we control these burdens. So then may we harvest these burdens. So then may we drain these burdens. To seize these burdens, the Master has forged the medallions of the harvesters. Let them be the conduits of his will, providing power and the machinations of death to those servants deemed most fitting. May they be instruments of his ever-vigilant force. May they be the fangs by which he feeds upon the sin of the dead. It would have been very awkward if joining Revendreth was actually aiding Denathrius. It's not. We're aiding Renethal. We're basically part of the rebellion against Denathrius, who's basically now holed up in his castle. Just double checking some of the little things here.
Do you seek redemption?
There's the Soulborn, but you can't access it yet. So there's a number of things here. Oh, apparently there's also a Flight Master right over here. There is.
Walk anywhere.
Sinfall. Aha. So you can actually use a Flight Master to go straight back to your...
A safe flight is a boring flight.
Covenant. Sanctum. That is pretty nice. Alright, so you can see here, that is basically, yeah. So you can see, I've got a bit of work to do. You lined yourself with the Covenant, then set off to aiding the realms of the Shadowlands. Yeah, so now you gotta basically go do some off-camera, you know, boring stuff, you know, world quests, collecting stuff, leveling to 60, so I'll be doing that with this character off camera until we get to 60 and get access to some of the other story-related stuff. So, just want to give you guys that quick little look at the Venthyr Sanctum before we continue this. So, could be a while though. So, just be patient and I'll see what I can do about what we're gonna, you know, what I'm gonna be able to showcase for you guys on camera in regards to the Venthyr's Covenant and such. Stay tuned.